Howdy folks, it's Johan, your favorite little ink blob, back at it today with some more NieR Automata Alien Edition, of course. No, I probably want to take this off because, I don't know, I find it vaguely unsettling, and I suspect it won't actually do that much for us, but hey, we got it. Yay! It's very funny to me. I'm not a huge cosmetics kind of blob, but you know, at the very least it's interesting. Oop. Remove. Let nines be nines. I need to remember where we left off. I think we came back here because we saw a quest or two that we were still sort of interested in, and then we're going to continue on with the sort of main quests. But, okay, so there's something there. Gambler's Coliseum we can't do. There's two things there. So I guess let's try and hit this place, and then these 3 points. So we want to go near factory. Let's do the factory first. Because, man, I know this is a lot of side questing, but I don't know. It's neat. I want to see what this has to offer. I want to see what's next too. That's a constant problem I've had. At some point, a game that I have not managed to get through, but I'm sure I will play on this channel, because that's how I'm getting through them, slowly but surely. And of course acquiring more.
But these resistance types sure do use and abuse us, don't they? It's like they see us as a couple of gophers or something.
No complaining about your work. Exchanging information with the Resistance is a vital part of our mission. Besides, being a gopher is safer than being locked in combat all the time. Not dying beats dying any day.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Oh. Can we talk to Engels? Or do we... Why is it not letting us talk? Oh, can we? Hack? No. Oh, but now we can talk. This machine. You mean this broken hunk of junk? Looks like we could probably get it running again with a little bit of repair work. Let's see, 4 pristine screws and 1 large gear should be enough to bridge the gap in the memory circuits. I'm curious.
Data obtained. Marking on map.
Ooh. Like, I'm curious.
Did you learn anything from the factory data?
Just how it was manufactured. Pretty boring, actually.
There's still a lot about machines that we don't understand. Gather as much data as you can, no matter how irrelevant it may seem.
Mm-hmm. I just...
Okay.
Oh.
That should be everything we need to repair the machine.
I'm curious if he will remember us. I guess I should hold off on the 53 minutes later. How precise? Let's see what we've got. Ah, hello, Engels. 110B. I was manufactured in February of the human calendar year 11934 AD. My first deployment was in August of that same year, requesting confirmation of current status. This thing's getting chattier. Requesting confirmation of current status. Well, you were defeated by us androids, that's why you can't move. At this point, you should probably just hand over any classified information in your possession. Understood. Okay. That's surprisingly easy. My mission has already been accomplished. My commander is absent. I have no orders to withhold classified information. I'm sure I said this the first time, but is that not kind of the point of it being classified information? But as a combat weapon, I do not possess a great deal of data. You should not expect much. We'll keep that in mind. Okay. Woohoo! Thank you for saving me. That's not quite what's happening here. Please visit me again. Why? Because I have nothing to do. Are you trying to say you're bored? Yes. I am tired. I must rest. Okay. Well, I don't know. We'll check back in on him later. maybe we'll get something different at that point. Oh, and race guy above us. I'm not going to be too fussed about
What
racing.
a strange machine.
But different game that I will certainly play at some point on this channel is Dragon Age Inquisition, which is a game that I love in concept. I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack is how I first found out about it. I was listening to like various fantasy soundtracks while doing some D&D prep at one point, and it came up and I was like, yo, in particular the song Sarah Was Never just like really clicked with me in a very good way, and then I went on a like Dragon Age Inquisition lore wiki binge to learn more about it, and went, wow, this seems super cool, especially I really like Sarah. And I really want to play it. I want to actually have an experience with it and get to see what it has to offer as a game. I started a playthrough a few years ago, but, and this is why it was connected in my brain, I was having so much trouble figuring out if I wanted to, like, go through it quickly and, like, actually see all of the things, like, get moving along, or I guess see the things further down the line, or if I wanted to read every little book and whatnot. And I just gave up, basically, because of just massive decision paralysis. I couldn't decide which to do, and I was getting sometimes I was getting annoyed with myself trying to find every little thing, and other times I was getting annoyed because I was skipping stuff, and I couldn't make it work. So at some point we'll go back, but I think that is like a little bit of an issue I'm having with NieR as well, so that may just be like a persistent thing for sort of sweeping RPG kind of stuff, of I want all of the cool world building, but I also want to like see, you know, not just spend all the time viewing every tiny little thing. Because a lot of it is, there's a lot out there that isn't actually like contributing a huge amount to world building. Can we not? Okay. So it's still at least a layer down. Oh my good. Oh, there we go. Hello. Ow. Hey, you're with the Resistance, right? Are you okay? Ugh, you should know that explosion. You know that explosion that happened in the ruins? Shockwave hit me like, well, a shockwave, I guess. Knocked my circuits all out of whack, but I managed to... Wait a second, you look familiar. Have we met before? Me? No, but a lot of Yorha models look alike. Oh, so you two are with Yorha, are you? Yes? Why do you want to know? No reason. I mean, I've just heard stories about how advanced you guys are, and how kind, and... Okay, fine. I need help. Well, sure, I guess. What's the problem? What happened is, my friend who was with me on this mission was killed, and I want to retrieve her final moments. Ah! Broken Pod was recording her life log. Think you can get it for me? Absolutely. Thank you. I will fully admit, I was reading that as a dude. Alright, I just need to extract some images, right? Okay. Am I a good enough hacker? Not if I'm running around like that. There we go. Extracted the images from the life log. Oh! Okay. Someone with a red cloak? That was the last entry contained in the life log. Could be wrong, but it looked like two Resistance members fighting each other. So my friend was killed by the Resistance? By one of her own? Easy, we haven't finished fully restoring the data. Won't be complete until we dig into a deeper layer and... No, that's enough. I don't need to know anymore. That person in the red hood killed my friend. Oh! She's going to pay for it. I feel like something... Okay, wait. What is it? Where are you going? To kill the bastard who murdered my friend. Just slow down, alright? We need more data about what happened. Besides, it's dangerous. The killer could be watching you right now for all we know. Fine then. What do you think I should do? Let me ask around the resistance camp before you go running off. There can't be that many people in red hoods after all. Someone must know something. Alright, I can wait a little while. Hey, and thanks. Okay. So, murder mystery. I guess there is a certain benefit to being able to literally leave a record of your killer, not just in like, ah, yes, this is how these wounds were made on my body. It's like, no, we can just actually see what you saw. Okay. So we've got 3 points in a line there. Okay. Or is that might just be the racing. That's going to be the racing bot.
Hmm?
All this help for no personal gain? I know she's pretty, but
Oh, it's not like that. I mean, she is pretty, but it's not.
whatever.
Yeah, that's racing bot. Hello, Angles. You still tired? Hello, androids. I have nothing to do. Tell me a story. What? There isn't much we can tell you. Most of our data is classified. Story of the past would be fine. Tell me about how this city used to be. I suppose we can try. The city was once home to a great number of humans. Numbers beyond counting. Something like that. Don't you remember driving them out of here? Humans were already gone at the time of my manufacture. All I know is ruin and androids. Regardless, don't expect us to forgive you for the sins of your people. Machine life forms do not comprehend the concept of sin. Well, let's go 2B. Sounds good. I mean, fair enough. Sin, I don't know. Sin is something that I will also fully admit, as someone who is not particularly religious, is a concept that I've heard a number of different ways of looking at it, and it somewhat confuses me. Like, the basic concept of it, I guess my rudimentary understanding of it would be likening it to being a criminal in a system of laws. It's just that you are outside of the, rather than trespassing man's laws, you have trespassed God's law. And, you know, in the same way, perhaps you have trespassed something that is pure, that results in a purely punitive punishment, but perhaps it's redeemable and a number of things. Where it really starts to lose me is some of the, like being born into sin and things like that, which I know have some very, very, oh, this is, okay. Missile supply mission, that's the next step, I think. I know that has some fairly complex, theological reasoning to it, which is probably why I'm not, oh, hello, bot. Okay. Examination part 2. Then we can examine there. So let's... Oh, wait, no. Ah! I keep getting confused by the gosh darn racing bot. But yeah, I don't know. It is intriguing to me, even if it is something that I very much understand that I do not really understand. Okay, let's play some custom marker. Oh my god, map, please. Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that sort of rudimentary understanding falls apart with some of the concepts of, like, I've heard that there are some ways in which people are conceptualized as, like, being born into it. So, to a certain extent, like,
There sure are a lot of hostile enemies here. Why are some machines so aggressive, while others couldn't care less about us?
Good question. I guess on some level what I'm trying to say is that I have a certain amount of understanding for the machines of, you know, they are fulfilling a function and they're being told that they need to pay in some way for the sins of, or the transgressions, really. I'll call it transgressions, I think is a more apt term for how I'm conceptualizing it. But that they need to pay for the transgressions of people that they never knew, for things that they had nothing to do with. You know, I've heard that, you know, like paying for the sins of your father, right? And that's, I believe, generally speaking, from a like legal standpoint, that's that's like blood crimes, right? But isn't that generally speaking something that's frowned upon in a number of
Noticed
societies?
someone wearing a red hood.
I know that I know that there are some that still carry that out, where an entire bloodline can be punished and such, but I'm of the understanding that is frequently outlawed. I don't know if that's like against international law or what, but so we're looking for someone with a red hood. But I don't know. I think there are a number of things that, I mean, obviously this game is social commentary in a lot of ways. Red Hood. But I think there's a lot of things where there are different interest groups that, you know, similar to the machines and androids, there's a certain amount of people are still holding things against each other, even when the parties involved are, you know, no longer the ones who were the originators of the conflict. I think we talked about that a fair bit in the first run through of just like, it's the androids and machines fighting on behalf of the aliens who we now know are dead and the humans who I suspect are dead. So, I don't know. I think I got very far from the topic of specifically sin there, because, again, sin is something that I have only a very loose understanding of, but the sentiment of Engels just simply seems to me to be that I don't know. Basically, I don't know what you're talking about. I do not understand this concept you're saying. I have existed since after the crimes that you accuse me of. He's not denying that you know that the machines and the aliens did this to the humans, but it's sort of a, I don't know what I can really do about that. Say, nice hood. You make it? What, this? No, a girlfriend of mine gave it to me. This is the first time I've worn it in public. Do you really like it? Yeah, it's great. In fact, I wish I had one for myself. You happen to know where she got it? No, sorry. I didn't think to ask. You know where your friend is? Maybe I'll go ask her myself. Man, you really like this hood. Last I heard, she was out at the desert station. She shouldn't be hard to find. I think she's the only woman there. Thanks, I appreciate it. Hope you managed to get a hood of your own. Okay.
Sounds like that red hood was a gift of some sort.
Gifts are such a useless ritual.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay. Where'd that come from?
It's rude to give a person something without their permission. What if they don't want it?
I think it's more about the feeling behind it than the actual item, right?
Feelings are prohibited.
Yeah.
One affirmation will suffice.
Oh, for the love of... Fine. Yeah.
Now, overall, I think 2B is far too strict and quite silly about such things. But camp development. Okay. Oh, so many quests, so little time. Retrieve confidential intel. Ah, desert housing complex. Okay. But where's the desert camp? Trial of Sand, no. Goodness gracious. Wandering couple. Oh, there's so many. Oh, there's so many. Routine examination 2. Okay. Ah, okay. So, yes, that's the main quest. So, no, not yet. Okay. That's an interesting one. Park Ruins. Okay. And then... So that's the forest. So where's the desert camp one? Because it's not... This isn't retrieve the confidential intel. Wandering couple. So many loose threads. Trial of Sand. Because, like, this is the desert camp. Okay. Zip around quicker. I guess let's look at active quests and see... Or active quests, yeah. Camp development. Help reclaiming the forest, okay. Amnesia. Go to the desert garrison. Okay. So we're looking for amnesia. That's a perfectly normal sentence. So, resistance camp. Is there one that's literally just called desert camp? Maybe I should... Let's look for desert camp. God, what was I talking about? Desert camp. Okay, well, fair enough. Fair play. Oh, gifts. It's funny. I have a gift of a plant. That I received from a friend who no longer speaks to me. And one of those situations where it just sort of stopped happening. I don't know exactly why.
Our red-hooded target should be in the desert.
Stay alert. She could be our killer.
But there's only one female resistance member
Hello,
at the desert
Moose.
station.
Hello, Moose. And generally speaking, I think I don't.
Let's ask that guy over there.
Oh, wait, would it be Jackass? How's that? You're looking for a resistance lady? Oh, you must mean Jackass, huh? Yeah. Every time there's an issue, old Jackass tries to solve it with explosives or some other violent method. I think she's off doing geological research in one of the desert caves. I'll send you the coordinates if you want. Sure. Oh, but if you're gonna head out there, just make sure you don't get caught up in one of her explosions, you hear? Okay. Desert. Desert. Confidential. This. Looking for desert cave. Where are we? Which desert are we at? This is like a little transitional area between the city and the desert. But I'm super lost on the map. Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. But I don't know, it's I guess generally speaking I think 2B is way too harsh. But I think, what if someone doesn't want it? I think if it's just like an item, there's a certain amount of, well, okay, you can just go give it back or sell it or any number of things. Where I kind of run into a problem is oh, I never even noticed this was a cave before. This friend gifted me a plant, and it's not the plant's fault. I want the plant to have a good home, but I wasn't in a super great position to take care of it to begin with, and then it now kind of is associated with some interesting memories, right? There's some complicated feelings about a friend who stops talking to you out of the blue. And, oh, this is going to explode on me, isn't it? Oh, wow. But, yeah, I don't know. It's tough, but I think that there is a certain amount of... It's good, it can be very nice to have a very thoughtful surprise gift for someone, but I think there is a certain amount of making sure that someone is, consents to a particular gift, especially if it is something that is like a big experience, making sure that there's time for it and that's not going to put undue strain on them, or if it's a living thing to take care of where, you know, it's there, you are giving them a responsibility. I guess because that's similar to like gifting an experience that's somewhat time locked. I think if your gift involves gifting responsibility to someone, that is something where you should take care to make sure that that is something that they're in a position for that they want. But otherwise, I think 2B has too much of a stick up her butt because, you know, let people give each other nice things. Oh, a machine. Okay. Just dropping loot all over the place. Hello, machines. Are you violent machines? Seems like yes. I was not being aggressive. I'm now being aggressive, but you swung at me first. Okay. All right. Broken circuits. I want to make sure I'm trying to do the sort of like trace the left wall kinda sorta, but I don't know. We'll see how this works out. Oh, okay. So is this a way out? Ow. These caves go everywhere. Memory alloy, yo. Okay. Wow. See, now this is cool to me because apparently I wasn't being that observant. So now it feels like all of a sudden this whole thing has just opened out in this area that, you know, kind of, you know, after the first time felt like we had a decent handle on it. But turns out, no. No. It's a whole lot more to it. Oh. Hacking time. I'm in. And I like that in games. I like when your perspective is shifted. I also like that in real life to a certain extent. Oh dear! Oh me oh my. Oh goodness gracious. That's a much more compact battlefield than I tend to like. Okay. Okay. So this was just a little fight zone? Attained a weapon. Cruel Blood Oath. Oh, of course. Why wouldn't I want that? And so it's got chains with... I guess it's just rags hanging off of it. I couldn't tell if that was like capes off of someone or not. I will say that door, and I guess the desert aspect of this, just gave me like a very strange flashback to the Lego Star Wars games. Just like, I don't know, it's reminding me of how like certain characters were needed to like unlock certain security measures so that you had to like go back in a later playthrough with the characters that had that ability. And I'm thinking like Tatooine, deserty area. Oh, sudden wave of nostalgia. Also, I'm breaking my left-hand rule, but actually I don't know but what. It's just kind of bad. Okay, we're coming out higher up. Oh. Something interesting at least. Maybe? Kinda sorta? 200 gold. Hell yeah. Oh. Okay. Nope, no on top of the worldness. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Let us return to the hidey hole. Zoom! The paths diverge. Okay. This away. I mean, this way. There we go. I never chose any other kind of way. What? Okay, hold up. What? Okay, sure. Cool. Awesome. Amazing. Okay, it's another way out. Still no jackass? Oh, wait, no, there's a red dot at the end of this tunnel, which suggests to me we've found a jackass. Hee-haw. Or something. Ooh. Excuse me? Are you jackass? Who wants to know? We're with Yorha. We're conducting a field investigation. Well, yippee for you. Listen, did you happen to give a red hood to a friend earlier? That red is perfect for our new Yorha colors, so we were hoping to... That old piece of crap? Yeah, I gave it to her. Hell, I never wanted it in the first place. So it came from someone else originally? Did I stutter? Yeah, it came from someone else. I bought the stupid thing right after that explosion in the city ruins. Some resistance lady with red hair practically tackled me trying to get me to buy it. Only did it to get her off my case. Well, and because I thought it might look good on my friend, but if you tell her that, you're dead. Red-haired resistance member. The same color as our client's hair. What client? What the hell's going on here? Nothing. It's just that's her nickname, the client. That's even stupider than jackass. That lady was pretty creepy, though. Kept grinning at me like a crazy person. Grinning? Well, thanks for your help. We'll be on our way. Intriguing! So, was she trying to frame Jackass for the murder? Maybe? Maybe that's why she was maybe a little defensive.
The description of a female resistance member with red hair matches that of our client.
But if it's the same person, why would she have had the killer's hood?
Hypothesis. The red-haired resistance member is either the killer or an accomplice. Let's go talk to her.
Yeah. What if that's why she didn't want us to dig into the case more, perhaps? You know. Just maybe. Not angry and wanting to find the killer, but angry that she may be caught. But what's her motive? If any. Not guilty until proven innocent. Ba 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 da bo. Bum bum. Bum bum ba dum ba dum bum 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 ba da dum. Is this... wait. Am I going the right way? Nope. I'm not. Back to the desert camp. Okay. Let's go. Man, that's a big spire. I think that's what the inventor was saying was being used for, like, launching stuff. But, I don't know. In my brain, I'm almost thinking, like, a space elevator, but I suppose that's definitely a more solid structure than space elevators typically are shown to be. Because I feel like a lot of space elevators I've seen are running on a concept more of, like, centripetal force. But, I don't know. I guess I haven't actually seen that many in fiction. Boop, 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 boop. I like the moose that just kind of vibes. It's like, look man, I'm a moose. It's warm out. Huh. Suddenly wondering if, I guess Resistance Camp is a reasonable spot for it. I'm suddenly wondering if... I know that antlers on some species have blood flow to them, because when, like, early in the season, I think, often don't antlers... the difference between horns and antlers, I think, is that antlers are grown and then shed over the course of a season, whereas horns are just sort of a natural natural outgrowth that sticks. They're a static thing, or at the very least, they aren't changed out every year. But I know that antlers have, as they're being formed, a sort of like I think it's called velvet, basically just like a covering with a lot of blood flow to help them be able to grow, and then the moose, deer, or whatever will like rub that velvet off early in the season. Thank you for visiting me previously. How are you? I am, as one says, trucking along. Hell yeah. Does one actually say that? I have been reading through humanities records to keep myself occupied. This has led me to a question. Shoot. What is night? Night? You must mean the cyclical cycle of light and dark that used to exist. The records mentioned that, didn't they? The sun never leaves the sky anymore, but apparently it used to descend below the horizon for hours at a time. When that happened, it was like looking out one of the bunker's windows. I didn't know that. I would like to see stars sometime. I hadn't even thought about that, but yeah, there is no day-night cycle. I wonder, so that means that has to only be a specific part of the planet, so something must have stopped its rotation. That feels A, bad from a disaster standpoint, or at least ecological standpoint. Wouldn't that also cause a lot of problems for the side that was in the sun? Wouldn't there just be like a very narrow livable belt? Because things would just get too warm? Question mark? I don't know. I guess the Arctic's fine with it. I've not considered this too much. In any case, finishing up about antlers. Basically, so I believe that they have a certain amount of blood flow. So I have to assume that they have. I suspect that they have some amount of blood that flows through them even when they are fully formed, but perhaps not. I don't know. I have not looked at the inside of antler that much because in my brain they are like in my mind's eye they're solid all the way through, but maybe they have like hollow aspects to them, or I don't know. All of this was to say moose seems warm, but that's a lot of surface area, so if there's blood circulation through there, I wonder if those can be used for cooling. That was a very, very long one. Very, very long way to wander for that. But who knows? Probably Google. I should look that up. But it's also interesting to think about a planet that has sun on half of it for pretty much the entire time. So, how did it go? Did you find that murdering wench in the red hood? Not exactly. But we did learn that you sold the hood to someone. What? Apparently, a red-haired resistance member sold the hood after the explosion in the ruins. That doesn't make sense. We're starting to believe you had something to do with the murder. But that's impossible. I don't know about any of that. Listen, if you... Look, you said there was still some records left behind in this pod, right? And we have to look at them right now. Think about this for a second. I want you to understand what you're asking. You may have killed your own friend. I don't know why or how, but it's possible. I don't care. I have to know the truth. Please. Alright, I'm heading in. So, we went through all of that just to finally decide to do the investigation that we wanted to do in the first place. I can't help but feel like perhaps there was a slightly more efficient way to do this.
88%. 92%. 98%.
Okay. Oh, not the yawns. Oh my. We can't rotate it at all, but that certainly seems like her standing over her dead friend that she just ran through, wielding a katana. I'm a type E, a Yorha type E. Yorha? My function is to seek out and execute deserters and traitors. I disguise myself so I can approach my targets and kill without warning. But one day, I was ordered to kill my friend. So I did. I had my orders and I followed them. It was hard, so hard, and after a while I couldn't live with what I had done. So you erased your own memories. Yes, but this wasn't the first time. I've killed comrades, friends, lovers. I've done it more times than I can count. Again and again and... He... are you alright? Yes, I am alright. Everything is alright. I am a Yorha type E. E for execution. I follow orders. I kill my friends. And you solved it. Solved the murder. Now I have to pay you. Wait, you don't... Do you need a friend killed? A lover? It's my job. My job. My job. My job. My job. My job. Let's go. Oh. Man. Okay. So... Huh.
Type E. I didn't know there was such a thing. Did you two be?
Some things are better left unknown.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yes and no. Because that may explain... Huh. So... S stands for scanner, right? For 9S is a scanner. 2B, I don't know if we've ever heard what the B stands for. I may have just not been paying attention. My guess would be battle? Like a battle unit, since she seems very combat-oriented. That would seem reasonable to me. So, combat developments. Or camp development. And wandering couple. Let's do wandering couple first. Okay. E for execution. I'm trying to remember. And what would the A stand for? O is for operator. What wasn't? I thought there was one that was. Hey, man. Oh. I hadn't really been thinking about them as designations for some reason. I was just. Oh, that's the name. But I wonder the one that killed the Forest King. What was that? And wasn't there a portion in the last one? I can't remember if that was main story or a side story. But, oh, I guess I need to mark things. But wasn't there like a group of 3 that we ended up killing? And wasn't that a... So, factory entrance, okay. Wasn't... Wait, inbox. 2B. Wasn't 2B ordered to investigate something? 60, confidential. Your new mission is to capture renegade Yorha members. Not only did these members go AWOL, but we have confirmed that they engaged in unlawful conduct, including the theft of resistance resources. They are to be taken into custody as soon as possible. Direct order from the commander. Forwarding is forbidden. Huh. I can't help but wonder if... Is 2B a B type? Or is 2B an executioner? An assassin? I don't know. I don't know, but now, oh, now I'm wondering. Are there concerns about 9s? 9s does seem to be getting flashes of insight from the machines, which seems like a corrupting influence. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. And that's worrisome. Boop. Oh, and this is... Is this the area where we started this run as the machine? I don't know, it was just walking around that gave me a sudden, like, flash of deja vu to that point, but that might not be... That might not be correct. It might have been a slightly different area. I have to assume the factories have a certain amount of similarities between them. Okay. Okay. I don't remember what we're searching for here, but I assume we're just looking for one of those little on-the-ground item drop shapes, like this, but maybe a different one. Nope, that was it. Okay. Alright. Zoop. We did it! Okay, wandering couple. Save frequently, save often. Okay. So, me, I should know where I need to go. Okay. So, wandering couple is Pascal's village. That's machine examination. Emil's still vibin'. Camp development. Seems like city ruins near tower is going to be the best way to get there. City ruins near the tower, near the tower. Side. Does it normally have that much of a light beam animation? That stuck out to me as strange. Like, it felt like there was a sound and a light that it didn't normally do, but perhaps I'm just a bit touched in the head. View! Zoom zoom. Oh, there's a big boy over there. Can we avoid him? Okay, so far only the small boys. Okay. Okay. Look at us go. And we can't do that. Surely that's for the third run through. Wait. Lore? No. Okay. So we just need to eliminate these guys here. What? Or at the very least not get stuck in their little weird phalanx. Oh. Hey, that's a big boy. Okay, but we're actually dealing a certain amount of damage to him. Wow. Looks like that's the last of them. Good work. Resistance should be able to set up camp now. Right, let's head back and give them the good news. That seems strangely simple. Like, very strangely simple. Okay. That seems like the closest one. Then yeah, a lot of these are like the Colosseum. Wandering Couple is the village. So that's a good one. That one I'm curious about. So Park Ruins. That's advancing the quest. That's camp development. That's the race and machine examinations. So talking to angles more, which I don't mind, but I'm not like super worried about. Then Trial of Sand. So I think other than the forest one, oh, Retrieve Confidential. So let's do Housing Complex. So Housing Complex and then Park Ruins. And then I think that will be all of the side quests that we currently have that I'm not like fairly confident that we've gotten everything we're going to get out of them already. Okay. Look at us making some progress. Wait. You're a little late for that, buds. Like, really a little late for that. Didn't want to hurt him, though. We were not the ones to kill him. Housing complex. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Okay. Loading, loading, loading. Keep those androids loading, right? Okay. Which direction? Oh, that was... that was an interesting angle on 2B there. Sorry about that, folks. Or you're welcome, depending on how you feel about that. I think we talked about that. I feel like I need to stop saying that. Either you've been watching all of it and you already know whether or not we talked about that, or you haven't been and it'll be new to you. Or maybe didn't talk about it anyway, so what's the point? I recall earlier, oh, aha. I believe someone has told me that there is like an achievement for getting like a lithograph. For getting a particular angle to see up the skirt of 2B, which I'm a little like, why? Why though? You're the guys who got those chips back for me, right? Boy, do I ever owe you one. I suppose you noticed those chips were your, huh? Well, there's a reason for that. Let me introduce you to the new addition to my family. Your family? Always wanted family, you know? Or at least I was pretty sure I did. That looks like another scanner model. Seeing all the machines living together in the same area was starting to make me lonely. So I went out and stole a broken down Yorha body, hoping I can repair it and use it to kick off my very own family. Hello? Yeah, it's an S-type. Also, man, I'm still curious about why the blindfolds are worn in some circumstances. Like, so that Yorha member isn't, because the Resistance members don't. So is that a Yorha thing, and like, what's the purpose of it? You know this violates all kinds of regulations, right? I know it isn't right, but I don't care. I need someone I can live with, someone I can protect. You won't tell anyone, will you? Please? That's gotta be unsettling as hell! Oh my god, you won't tell anyone, will you? Please? Wow. That's... oh god, is that why he wanted... oh. Imagine talking to, like, the reanimated corpse of your twin brother. That's gotta be unsettling. That's gotta be real unsettling, man. Oh. Just no dialogue? No nothing? Man, I'm sorry, Nines. See, more than the Executioner model, that feels like one that would have been better left unknown. So, Weapons Trader, so... Attraction Ruins. Yeah, I think other than all of these, like, combat trials I'm not super keen on. It's the Attraction Ruins, then back to the main camp. Oh, wait, what's that? Oh, that's gonna be... City Ruins? That's gonna be our racy boy, isn't it? That's probably the racy boy. So, all right, Pascal's Village, the Wandering Couple. So we go, where was that? So amusement park, park ruins attraction. I don't forget things, you forget things. So park ruins, attraction square. Okay. I guess we were very early on resurrecting a lot of the Yorha bodies that we came across to help us fight, but I don't know, it feels like a lot of those were stripped down. There wasn't like the organic layer on them anymore. So at least to me, it didn't feel quite so like, I mean, that just looked like Nines, but with black hair, right? Like that, it's not just me. That's just looking at a reflection of, oh god. Okay, maybe don't run. That's just looking at a dark-haired Nines, which is also having difficulty functioning, so, like, that's gotta add a creepy factor when it's, like, again, the sort of, like, hobbling corpse of your look-alike. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. And the tank. The right bumper on the controller I'm using, I must press it down a lot because again, this was a like refurbished or I don't even know if it's really a refurb, but the case of an Xbox 360, ooh, a lottery ticket, yo, was the case of a 360 controller because that's what's most comfortable to my hands. With different internals to get it cheaper, and the right side of the right bumper no longer no longer stays out, so it's kind of jammed in there. It's still, the button's clickable, it I guess for lack of a better term, the controller is looking at me quizzically now. Like, it looks like it has a raised eyebrow, because the left one is normal, but the right bumper is like slightly tilted at this point. Okay. Whee! So exciting. There we go. That's what we wanted. And hey, our ranged attacks do pretty darn well. Oh right, and I forgot that we've got our little whoop, like sonic boom kind of dealio, which gives us a little extra range, although it seems to have trouble going in the direction we want. Okay. We're going. We're cruising. Ooh, a new bolt. Oh no, it's stuck on the front. We can't get to it. Terrible. Has the center of that building always been a heart shape? Wonky. Please let us grab it. Please let us grab it. Please, please, please let us grab it. No! Oh, that's going to bother me so deeply. Knowing that there's just an item there. What? Holy textures, Batman. Wait, did we just go in a full loop? We just went in a full loop. Oh my god, do we need... We need to go the other way, don't we? We need to go across the main bridge. Ugh. I rode the roller coaster for nothing? I'm a fool. A consummate fool. Well, as long as I don't become a consummate fool. I do feel quite ridiculous, though. I should have picked up on that. Okay. Yeah, ground is probably faster, because then we're not dealing with all of the camera switching. And can just run uninterrupted. And no accidentally killing the boys. Oh, break time. Break time. Break time. Okay. This away. I think this is correct, right? I think so. No, it's off that direction? Is the map actually properly oriented? Okay, so yeah, it's this way. No, wait, oh, okay. So, no, it just orients itself a bit strangely. Alrighty. I can live with that. Back. Oh, is this going to be another play? No. It's here, but then presumably below us? Because we can't... Yeah, no. Okay, so it's somewhere below? Zoop. Okay. Yeah, alright. What's it gonna be? What's in store? Surely only good things. Vroom. Vroom. Yep, not at all creepy. I remember there was like a swarm of things down here at one point, which freaked me out quite a bit. So I suspect it may be related. Okay. Right. Oh! Hello. Hey there, having fun? This place isn't exactly what I'd call fun. Good point, it's more like an amusement park, eh? That's why I'm thinking about making a game. Oh yeah? Yes, a fun game that anyone can play. Only I had the materials. I don't suppose you'd help me out with that. Of course. Excellent, all I need is a single tri-color cable. Just let me know when you find it. You know what you need, why don't you go find it yourself? Tri-color cables are found inside the machines in the amusement park. You don't expect me to slaughter my own kin, do you? You just decide not to make the game, you know? Never. My creative urges must be satisfied. But you just said... Oh, forget it. Machines carrying tricolor... Oh. I skipped that, but hopefully it will tell us. Game dev machine level 1. Machine life form at the amusement park needs an item to create a game. The item can be obtained by defeating machines at the park. This seems... more than a little ethically dubious, but I guess we can at least see if there's one that seems murderable. Oh. This seems unethical. I'm curious, but I'm not sure how curious. Although, man, is it going... Oh, are we going to have to go through this loading screen every time? That's a little... That thing I was saying about it feeling a little hostile to play. Oh. Who do we kill? Like, Oh man. Is there a machine that in the amusement park that we think is worthy of death? Like, the Jean-Paul one seems a little vapid. That's not necessarily worthy of death just for a game, but maybe one of them will fight us? Please? So it can't be her. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So yes, there is one fighting us, but we need to be very careful. No, 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 no. I really don't want, I really hope that, no, 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 no. Oh no! No, 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 no. I'm causing so many problems. I'm causing so many problems. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, I killed ones that weren't fighting me, didn't I? But that was my pod. My pod started shooting. Right? I was oh, I didn't put my finger on the trigger. And yet, oh, no, 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 no. Oh. It's like, the one that started attacking us, maybe that was infected with something or other, but... Uh... I'm feeling very bad about this. Okay. Zoop. Me. I'm feeling very bad about this. Also me proceeds to continue and go forward with curiosity, like some other games where I made ethically dubious decisions for the sake of discovery. A tricolor cable. I must have it. Excellent. Now I just attach this here. Success. The game is ready. So what is this game of yours anyway? It's a shooting game. I have the feeling it's still really buggy, though. I'd appreciate it if you could debug it a bit while you play. Feel like playing a game? Sure. Have fun. Okay. Oh! Okay. You debugged the game, thanks. Okay, so it was a hacking game? Though, to be honest, I was hoping it would be more of a challenge. I bet a 4-color cable would be just the thing to raise the difficulty. You think you could track one down for me? Merci. You can find the cables rattling around the insides of soldiers in the abandoned factory. I have no trouble spotting them because they tend to walk around alone, away from their fellow machines. Have fun out there. Okay. To the factory. Oh god, I really wish the transport point would be closer, though. You're making me sit and think about my life choices, aren't you? So it does... I feel bad that I skipped the dialogue. I feel like I might feel a little better about, like, oh, you know, it's the ones that attack you. But even then, no, I wouldn't, because I killed at least one that wasn't initially attacking me, so... I was trying to be careful and have it only be the spear, but... I did a poor job, apparently. Shattered earring. So that's like a randomized, valuable item loot drop, I guess? Maybe they respawn. You know, maybe they put them back together again. Something something Humpty Dumpty. Yeah. Of course, that's gotta be it, right? Right? Let me take a look. I guess I don't know how many of them were there originally, but... So 4 of them? Yeah, that's probably the same amount, right? Yeah. Totally. Definitely did not commit a murder in cold blood. Definitely. Definitely not. Please. Okay. Save. Let's go to the factory. Then we need to remember, after the factory, we go to Pascal's village, and then I think that will probably do it for us for the day. Because then next time, we will pursue the next step in the story, which I believe takes us to the city, and we'll hopefully have some very, very new things. And, like, who knows? There may be... Oh, what? There may be quests that, like, I haven't come across yet, right? Maybe there are other ones to stumble across that I'm skipping over, but I think this is getting us a decent chunk of what there is, at least on this run-through. Again, maybe there's other run-throughs. Okay, we're looking for the factory. Factory furnace? Oh. So we might not be able to get in there for it yet, so that might have to be a later thing. Yeah, okay. So that's a later one. Then the Skull's Village, Anemone, and then onward we go. Moose with the little beard. I do also suppose it's interesting that whoever we're playing as is being transported in the vending machine, and the other is just kind of already there. How does that work? I haven't given that too much thought. Like, I've thought a little bit about, like, oh, you know, is it separate bodies in each place or whatnot? But how is either 2B or 9S, depending on which run it is, how are they also getting there? That's it, now my companion can fix what's been ailing him. So glad we trusted you. We'll leave this place as soon as we can. Please pray for our safe passage. Oh, okay. Well, that was a little underwhelming. But I feel like you never know if there is going to be something a little different. There's some where it's like, yeah, I don't see many other places for it to go. But maybe we occasionally get something a bit different. Just like Anemone saying, huh, haven't I seen you before? Okay. For the glory of mankind. Symbol is like 3 swords over brass knuckles, but maybe that's meant to be like a sun radiant.
Alert. Mail received.
Ah, you've got mail. Nines. Search order annulment. Recently, a search order was issued for a Yorha member who was in possession of secret information chips. As this individual has since been found, the order is now withdrawn. To further note, the member in question had been killed by a machine life form. However, our search team still managed to recover the information chips. They also located the corpse of another resistance member nearby. We are currently investigating if the 2 issues are connected. Oh. Huh. That would be... That's the guy... Yeah, that's about the guy that resurrected the scanner. That's interesting. So machines killed them, huh? I sense there might be more to that. It's like we're cleared to set up in the forest, thank you. I'll let you know if we need anything further. Okay, seriously, you Yorha types are something else. Well, not to brag, but we are state-of-the-art units. Not like the A2 or those other old model. A2? Attacker number 2? You know her? No, not... I'm sorry, can I ask one more favor of you? Can you give me any information you have on that old A2 Yorha unit? Anything at all? So, okay, so I did remember there being A, but so it's A is first? That's funny. We've been trying to find more information ourselves. Why are you asking? I just need to be sure about something. Okay. I'll bite. Wait, how do we remove marker? Okay, that's the game dev machine. Anemone's past. So wandering couple is back there. Oh, that's flooded city. Huh. So we'll come across them more later. So where is Anemone's past? Pile of sand, which I definitely just read as salad for some reason. The Trial of Salad. Gambler's Coliseum. Quests, maybe? Not the Yanhan. Anatomy seems to have recalled something upon hearing the name A2, but she wants your help finding more information about where to go. Okay. Maybe we'll get some info. Hacker number 2? Okay. Well, let's try leaving the area and see if that prompts something. And if not...
She wants intel on A2, does she? Where should we start?
We could check out the energy reactions generated during battles. The fusion reactors of androids and machine life forms shut down when they're destroyed. And we can detect the energy release during that process. We're the only units doing any combat missions in this area, right? So if we detect any stray energy reactions, it probably means A2 is involved. Yeah, okay. We've got some readings around the abandoned factory. I'll put it on the map.
Okay. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. This feels like this may be a longer quest chain. I want to do at least this next step, but... But if it seems like it's going to go a whole lot longer, we'll probably leave that for the next time. Boom, boom. Bum, 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 bum. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, hey, let's party. Are you ready, party androids? I can't hear you. Or... wait, did I go to the wrong place? Certainly looked like it was meant to be in here.
Look.
That's A2's handiwork, I bet. But I'm not picking up any sign of A2 herself. What in the world?
What in what
Help
world?
me out here.
Analysis. It is believed to be a data log related to Yorha Unit A2.
What's the data?
The data log has been irreparably damaged. Further analysis is impossible.
Why do a bunch of machines have A2's data?
A2B, I'm picking up other reactions. We should check them out.
Okay. So I can't go there yet. Can we find one of the machines to kill for the other quest, or... One of the lonely ones. Machine is the loneliest number. Mr. Torchbearer. maybe that's it. Yes!
Requested material obtained.
Okay. I'll take it. Okay, we got a twofer. Nope, not that way. Wrong way, Johann. That's my nickname in high school. Just doing everything the wrong way. Okay. So... that is a mighty fine question. Who is A2? And why is she so hunted? What does she know? I guess quests. Active quests, anemones past. Keep investigating the energy readings. Okay, so I just need to look around on the map for energy readings. Oh, there's more in there. Ooh. Okay. Well, now I feel silly. What was that thing I was saying? Talking about wrong way? Sigh. I'm very wrong. Okay. Shroom. Shroom. Whoop, 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 whoop. Taking pre-evasive maneuvers. Oh, factory sounds like it's operating. Okay. That's another machine, perhaps killed by A2. Okay. Let's go. Zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom. No quarrel with you if we can avoid it. Seems that we can. Whoa, boy. Buddy boyo. Okay, these are not super high level ones, so they go down pretty easy with just a few shots. Or at least some of them do. Seems there's a variety. Okay, so that was one of the spots. Data chip B. Okay. Okay. So this way? Or is that backtracking? This seems like backtracking. Okay. Wrong way again. Wrong Han. Navigate Han is failing. Okay. Wow. You know I'm tired when my next reaction there was to try and turn that into, I believe it's a song by Styx, Come Sail Away. I was trying, like, Come Fail Away. I'm failing away. Set an open course for the virgin sea. 'Cause I've got to be free. Free to take the turns that are behind me. No. Okay. So that's our only way forward. God, the looseness of the right bumper is bothering me now. I don't know. I can't tell if it's actually that much looser or if I'm just like aware of it being loose and so that's making it feel more, and then if I'm maybe fiddling with it more and actually worsening the problem, or... Okay, 2B, I love you dearly, but you need to get out of the way of a small recovery. Sigh. Ooh, that was a good boom. Is that the last of those? That's D, so that would have been Because the first one we got outside the factory was A. I guess we should probably just keep going, or we could check the map like a reasonable person, but where's the fun in that? I'm gonna check them. Okay, so it does look like there's one more. Okay. No, 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 no. Down. We're going down into the bowels of the earth. Or at least the factory. Natural rubber. Okay. Oh. Behind that door? What's behind door number E? Back in this... No. Where is it? Or do we need to go up? Is there a way to go up? Okay. I'm certainly intrigued. Because it looks like it's meant to be just over that away. But maybe we need to trigger the combat trial. Okay. Almost there. Okay. Data chip? No. No. Oh. Ah! We can go below? Can we go below? Not that way, but if we go down and around? Okay. That's what it is.
Okay.
Data chip
I
E.
think that's the last of the data chips.
Pod, analyze and collate the information from those chips.
Analysis complete.
Crunchy.
Data set contains information about your high unit A2.
That was the hope.
Collating with data from other chips. Stand by. Collation complete. The contained data is a debriefing report for the Pearl Harbor descent undertaken during the 14th Machine War.
Oh.
No kidding.
That operation was carried out by the Yorha generation that came before us, right? Anyway, mission complete, I suppose. Let's get back to the resistance camp.
That's the Pearl Harbor descent. So why was that? Why was Pearl Harbor still important in the Machine War? Because, like, is that really of strategic importance at this point? It was kind of important during World War II, but... Huh. Huh. Okay, where's the nearest... The nearest thingamadoo? No. I don't know if we can actually get there. Oh, we might just need to backtrack. Ugh. Not backtracking. Oh no. Oh wait, okay, that's some sort of... I don't know if it is forward progress really, but... Certainly... Oh dear. Okay. Ah, okay. Of course. How silly of me. How could I have missed that? I don't think we've been here before, but... Well, sorry, let me rephrase that. I don't think we've been here before since after the intro sequence, because this is the start of the game, right? This is the absolute first room? Huh. Okay. Huh. Okay. So... No, that's not a way forward then. Backtracking it is. Yay. Oh! I don't think I should have been able to dodge that by all rights, but... Doesn't... I'm like... Oh, there's going to be some sort of shortcut that I'm just being blind to. But... I'm not seeing it. Okay. Zoom! Oh, dear God. That is kind of satisfying. I do love, still, that the bullets curve. Like, how convenient is that? Having... having bullets fly in a straight line along what you're trying to shoot down, even if they really shouldn't be able to. Like, how are they making that work? Did I? For a moment there, that kind of looked to me like I just threw one of those machines over my shoulder, but that's not possible, right? That would be way too cool and imply combos that I had no clue were a thing, so me, as a clearly expert player in the combat of this game, would surely know if that were the case. Right? Okay. Zoop! There we go. You can climb a ladder. I believe in ya. I believe in you, little buddy. There must have been a way forward there. Like, there has to be, and I'm just not seeing it. Because why would they make you walk back through all of this? Like, come on. There's no way. I'm just being a silly little guy. Because if not, I shudder. I shudder to imagine how such a design decision would have been made. Because I really like retrospective in games. See, that's becoming a vocal tick for me. Or I don't know a vocal tick, but at least a topical tick for me. It's about to say, as I think we've talked about. Yeah, no, like, I like when games give you a good sense of progress by letting you go back to places in a narratively satisfying way, to be clear. Not just like, oh, I'm able to run back to the starter town in the little, you know, medieval RPG, so now those goblins that I was fighting are significantly weaker and no longer a threat. Like, that's, you know, I don't know, that's something where it's like, you're very, very aware of that. But if it's something where, like, you go back to your hometown and, there was some sort of, like, feat of strength that you weren't able to complete, but you've, like, actually learned techniques or whatnot over the course of the game. I don't know, I think there's ways to do it so that a challenge that felt insurmountable once now feels surmountable. Or there's like a new perspective to be gained, there's new value. I don't know, there's, I think, a lot of very good ways to let people go back and feel stronger and use that as a really good marker of the progress that people have made. Just as I think it can be done very poorly as well. But like that was not there to make me feel like, oh, I've grown so much coming through this factory. I can't imagine. So I have to imagine there was a path forward, because otherwise, like, what was the point? Definitely saving. I mean, always save, but okay. Quests. Okay. Return to Anemone. Anemone. Okay. Anemone. I think we'll worry about more of the game related one tomorrow. Next game. Next session? Next video. There we go. Oh, I am getting quite tired, as I've mentioned many times. But woof. Found more data from A2. Take a look. It's number 2. It really is her. You know her? You're high unit number 2. She's an older model, but the same type as you. We worked together. The Pearl Harbor drop? Yes. The operation itself was a success, but the Yorha fighters were completely wiped out. Commander was number 2. A2. Have you met her? Do you know where she is? Actually, we have orders from the bunker to destroy her. What? She's a deserter. She also wiped out an entire team that was sent to bring her back. A2? No. I'm sorry, Let's go, 9S. Hmm. Hold
Wonder
up.
what that was all about.
Yeah.
Something must have been up between Anemone and A2.
Some things just aren't easy to talk about, especially for a soldier who's been fighting that long.
I guess so.
9S, you
Huh?
might understand yourself someday.
Right.
Interesting. Is that a super targeted... Yeah, I'm not... Like, that's somewhat interesting. I'm not, like, super worried about it. These... Yeah, conversations. Okay. 57%. I'm sure there's more down the line. So yeah, maybe we'll start off next time with a little bit more of the Android or the machine game developer. See if we can knock that one out, and then probably just get going. Although let's end talking to Pascal, because maybe we picked up some data in there and I just didn't realize it. Boop. But that's very interesting. Is that a targeted statement? Is to be aware of some things, of like, is to be aware of a cycle and trying to tell us? Or is that just the generalities of, we are all part of this horrendous ongoing war, and thus we should perhaps have some more tolerance and understanding for those of us who have suffered from it, because we ourselves, given enough time, may be in that position. Okay. Hey, Pascal, is this the kind of old world information you were looking for? Ah, thank you so much. I find this data for mankind to be ever so fascinating. No, it's not much, but please take this as thanks. Oh, okay. Let me know if you find any data on the old world. Okay, so not much more. Okay. Then yeah, we'll leave it there. So the execution type models, I think, is definitely a big point that just sort of confirms that there's a lot going on in Yorha that we are not privy to, and seems to very much surprise the folks that were seeing this through the lens of, right? Because I guess it's not us. We are not 9S and 2B. We are a player that is experiencing the world through this lens. But yeah, our lens is obviously not very aware of these things. I'm not even sure if they're aware that this is the second playthrough, but it seems like some folks are. But yeah, the execution type models are very interesting. Which, like, I don't think that's any sort of like big reveal beyond, because I NieR, a quasi-governmental and militarized organization, has assassins and cleanup folks. Shocker. But then on top of that, that does give me some questions about like how 2B is being used to hunt down those models. Like, is there a similarity there? Is there some memory suppression that's going on? Is that part of the explanation of things? Is 2B's memory being suppressed so that she can fit into this role to kill Nines if he gets too close to machines or something? Maybe? Am I completely conspiratorial? Probably. And then on the other hand, we have more info about A2, who I think is the one who killed the Forest King. Which I'm not, or the Forest King's prince. But I'm not. I think it was. I think it was A2. I'm going to ride or die on that. And if I'm wrong, we'll find out. I'll try and go back and watch. But why what happened to A2? So that was in the last big machine war. I don't know how long ago that's meant to be. And so she fought alongside Anemone in Pearl Harbor, which what part of the world are we supposed to be in here? There's so many questions with that, but ultimately, I guess there hasn't been that much learned there other than A2 was presumed dead and fought with Anemone, but is apparently still alive. And it's uncharacteristic for her to turn against command, so it's not like she was always a renegade. This is something where something has obviously happened to sour her. Fascinating. Fascinating. Okay. Well, interesting. I hope that we continue to learn more. But for now, I must bid you adieu. This has been quite the lovely time. But next time, we will hopefully... Next time, we will try and do a little bit more with the game dev and see what I have to assume is the big divergence. We'll see what that has to offer. But yeah, for now, thank you all for hanging out with me. I appreciate it as always, and I hope that you have had a lovely day, night, or whenever it is that you're watching this, and I wish you the best of luck with the rest of the endeavors of the day, night, or whatever this is. We'll clean that up at some point. But it's been lovely as always. I appreciate it, and I will catch you the next time. But for now, bye!